Like, there's a million% no way those can be real. The profile pic is her current one. Someone edited that shit, bro. It's so blurry. It's obvious that constructive criticism hasn't worked. You know, since women are still seen as objects throughout society. Believe it or not, men like you are the reason women don't want to go outside alone at night. Men like you perpetuate this narrative that it's women's fault for being upset by how men treat us. 96% of domestic violence cases involve a male perpetrator. 97% of all women have experienced sexual harassment from men. Women are not safe, and being nice doesn't fucking help us. It helps you feel less attacked, and for it to be more digestible for your fragile little brain. Stop fucking telling women how to react to disrespect. If you do not experience misogyny, you do not have a place to talk about how to react to it. Okay, well shit. Today, we're gonna be reading the Drew Afualo comments. Now, am I doing this because I have no idea what to talk about? Maybe, but I also have been reading the comments, and there's just certain moments that I want to respond to. I just find them interesting. And the way I see it, why respond in the comments when I can respond in a video, you know? So, let's get started. Here's the thing though. Minors think that we can wave their age around like it's an excuse toxic behavior. The minors you're talking about that she includes in her content, they're saying misogynistic shit. These are minors that grow up into adults. They haven't learned shit because people just go boys will be boys. Or use the excuse that because they're young, it excuses them from the criticism. Also, in no way of those tweets saying choke and die, just choke, which is something I eventually learned not to do, Lamau. If you want to argue systematic and literal or colloquial usage of phrases, fine. But don't be disingenuous. Like, come on, you get death threats from choke? Come on, dude. You did bait me though, so you got the W either way. Alright, so let's talk about the kids that got made fun of. I couldn't find the video that I was trying to refer to in the last video, so I do apologize for that. But you think making fun of kids was right because of the things they were saying? So if you see a 10-year-old boy not wanting to wear a pink shirt because he says it's a girl's color, you're gonna make fun of him? Why not, instead of talking to the kid and tell him it's wrong what he said, you decide to make fun of him? At the end of the day, they're minors. They learn from their past mistakes. Everybody has done dumb shit when they were young, and now they know better. Also, if you don't think I hope you choke isn't a death threat, then I hope you slip in the shower, since it's something that I learned not to do. Now you see how that argument wasn't the best? I gave you something that I learned how not to do, but yet there is a possibility that you do die if you were to slip in the shower. It is a way in a threat. Also, thank you for the W. Alright, next comment. I don't know, man. I get what you're saying, but if it don't apply, let it fly. It's not like short/balding negative connotation started with her. Are you actually offended, or do you just feel like you should be? So, in order for me to give my opinion, I have to be offended. And you're right. Being short or balding doesn't apply to me since I'm 6'1" and I have curls. But I was trying to mainly talk about the double standard there is now in the world. People like Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, and Jordan Peterson get called misogynistic for these things. And they've even gotten canceled for them trying to even better men. They try to make us better, but yet they get canceled just because they don't align with the agenda of society today. But yet Drew says all these things and she isn't canceled? There's an obvious bias in social media that if you're a part of the LGBT community or a woman, whatever you do or say is allowed. Andrew Tate got canceled for being deemed dangerous, but yet Cardi B confirmed that she drugged men and robbed them, yet her career is fine.
I drug niggas up and I robbed them. That's what I used to do.
And I know you say all the accusations about Andrew, that he's a woman beater, that he was trafficking girls, but he has no charges to his name. And the girl that he quote unquote beat came out and said it was her kink. That's what she liked. So you mean to tell me that a woman that admits to drugging men and robbing them isn't seen dangerous? But Tate telling men to, to not be depressed, to go hit the gym, to go do something with your life is seen as dangerous? But don't worry, next time I'll try to convey my topic better. For that, I do apologize. Alright, so these were the comments that I got from my YouTube channel, and this is the website where a lot of people mostly got offended, and that was on my TikTok. But before we start, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 1K by the end of this year, and it seems to me like 99% of you guys aren't subscribed. So if y'all could subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. But anyways, let's get started on these TikTok comments. There are plenty of women giving constructive criticism, and it doesn't work. Drew gives back the energy, and men can't take it. Now, here's the thing. I do bet, I bet there are women that give constructive criticism. But if that's your main argument, I would like to hear these said women. Because honestly, the only women I've heard that actually give good constructive criticism are Brett Cooper, Just Pearly Things, Angela Knight, Denisha Carter, and Lauren. These women give the best advice to other women. But the reason a lot of women don't like them is because they don't suit their agenda. If another female has another point of view that you don't agree with, you stop and listen. A lot of these people just listen to respond and attack back instead of listening to understand. Meanwhile, Drew only makes fun of men. And I mean, I get it. What she does is seen as good to some of y'all, but her way of doing these things just isn't right. And men can take what Drew says. The issue is that Drew can say all these things about men when someone like Andrew Tate, Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, Jordan Peterson, say these things and are labeled as misogynistic. The main issue is the double standard, not the energy matching. If anything, I wish Drew the best, but if only she could just convey her arguments. Somebody like Joey Swole. You guys saw how he turned the gym community into one of the best that it is right now. You know, like the way he doesn't insult the person. He just says that's not right and mind your own business. If Drew were to be like Joey Swole, like convey those ideas into her topics, I'd follow her. But the way she does things, I just fully disagree with. It's not her job to educate. She returns energy and is humorous. She used a slur. She used a slur before society evolved. It's not a double standard. She clearly defended my community. Well, here's the thing. This isn't the best argument. In the video, the reason I used Kevin Hart as an example is because he said a gay joke. He said that joke before society evolved, and yet he still got canceled. But Drew says it and her career is fine. There's an obvious double standard when it comes to your gender. Even though her argument will be that, oh, but it was 10 years ago when she said that, and now she helps by attacking homophobic people. And I see that, but yet again, one career almost ended and the other one is still intact. Alright, next one. Drew has made it up for it by going after homophobic people. Comparing it to if another celebrity were to do it shows that you're part of the problem of cancel culture. Cancel! Especially since it was from 2012. People make past mistakes. If we were to hold grudges against everyone who said something dumb, then the world would be doomed. We'd all have zero friends and or family. Now, I don't disagree with this comment at all. There is a problem with cancel culture, and if we were going to hold grudges to everyone's mistakes, our world would be doomed. But here's the thing though, Kevin Hart did say basically the same things, if not even lighter than what Drew said. But I had to compare the two, so the double standard could be seen clearly. Kevin's tweets were made before he was famous. He was mostly performing in comedy clubs at the time, and people scrolled down on Twitter and found those tweets, and guess what? He did apologize. Then, I mean, fast forward to the future when he was going to host the Oscars, they asked him, hey, apologize again. He refused, and I respect that, since that would mean his initial apology to what he said meant nothing. So what would make this apology any different? And to what I'm aware of, Drew has said previously that no matter what age, you should be held accountable. She's all for fighting fire with fire. So that's what people are doing, using her own words against her. And she has yet to come out with an apology. They also mentioned that she made up for it by calling out homophobic people. But if being involved with the community that you offend is all it takes to be forgiven, then that would mean that Amber Heard would have to donate her money to men's domestic violence charities, talk about men's mental health, and celebrate Men's Mental Health Awareness Month in order to be forgiven. Cancel culture is good when it comes to certain things, but then when there's an obvious double standard and gender bias, I do have a problem. Here's a Johnny Depp situation, for example. Amber Heard accused him of so many things with very little proof, and Johnny got his deals from Disney taken, all of his sponsors taken away. No one wanted him. Nobody wanted to hire him. The only way he was able to get all of his sponsors back was by counter-suing her, and now people know that she lied. So I agree with cancel culture, you know, when facts are stated and you can clearly see that yes, this is a fact. How Amber Heard is now taken off of Aquaman now because of what she did. But Amber Heard calls out Johnny with little to no evidence, and he lost everything he worked for. So I agree, there is a problem with cancel culture, but if you're gonna cancel, then you should do it without there being a bias. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, what the fuck? Alright, this is the only comment I honestly did want to respond to, and I was planning on doing this video a while ago. I answered her on TikTok, and she ended up deleting it, but I did copy and paste it. So here you go. Like, there's 1,000,000% no way those can be real. The profile pic is her current one. Someone fucking edited that shit, bro. It's so blurry. Since women are still seen as objects throughout society, believe it or not, men like you are the reason women don't want to go outside alone at night. Men like you perpetuate this narrative that it's women's fault for being upset by how men treat us. 96% of domestic violence cases involve a male perpetrator. 97% of all women have experienced sexual harassment from men. Women are not safe, and being nice doesn't fucking help us. It helps you feel less attacked, and for it to be more digestible for your fragile little brain. Stop fucking telling women how to react to disrespect. If you do not experience misogyny, you do not have a fucking place to talk about how to react to it. Okay, well shit. So I mean, first things first, you do realize that when you update a profile picture, no matter how long a tweet was, that profile picture updates. You do know that, right? And not once did I say the picture was taken in 2012. I said the tweet was tweeted in 2012. Her profile picture, if she changes it, yeah, all those old tweets, they're gonna also update to the new profile picture. Come on now. I mean, like, if you were to update your profile picture on TikTok, your profile picture will change and the comments will stay the same. So this argument is clearly invalid. And also, there's a video of a guy literally looking it up on Twitter, and it's clear to see that that tweet is not edited. Also, what do you mean men like me? Thank you for assuming my gender and not asking for my pronouns. I find this very disrespectful, and I identify as bean/ner. You also mentioned that 96% of men are the reason for domestic violence cases, but yet men have the highest suicide rates and men have the highest murder rates. And by that I mean men are mostly the ones known to be killed by other men. I'm not saying that women don't get killed. Obviously that happens in the world. Men also get assaulted by other men. Men have it harder when it comes to these sort of topics. I get it. You are completely in the right when you said that, yes, domestic abuse, sometimes the guy usually does it to the woman, which is very upsetting, and those guys aren't even guys. Those guys are boys. If you hit your girl, you're a boy. You're not a man. Your job as a man is to protect the woman you're with. And also, here's the thing. There are many more things that men are victims to, but society gives it a blind eye because they are men, which leads on to the next thing. You're right. I've never been the victim to misogyny, but I have been a victim to racism just due to my skin color. So just how you told me not to tell me how to take disrespect, don't tell me how to take disrespect since you've never gone through racism. I've been bullied for not being able to speak English when I was a kid. I've been bullied by teachers, by students, and they all turned a blind eye until I decided to start defending myself. Then nobody messed with me after that. I defended myself. So don't tell me how to take disrespect. Alright, well, that's the end of the video. Will I be doing more of this? Maybe if this video gets like 2,000 views, we'll see, alright? But hey, listen, I'm out of ideas, so if y'all got any brighter ideas, let me know in the comments, and thank y'all for the support on the last video. I do appreciate it. Until next time. Oh yeah, and one last thing. L plus ratio.